Good morning, everyone. Agutavach, Shavua Tov. We are continuing here in our daily learning of Musar. For those of you that have been with the group for a while, welcome back. And for those of you that are joining us, welcome for the first time as we embark on a legendary sefer called TZIPISA Yeshua, Yearning for the Redemption, that was written by the saintly Chofetz Chaim. The Chofetz Chaim was a well-known tzaddik. He was the Gadol Ador, the leader of the generation in his time. He was prolific in writing dozens and dozens of svarim, known primarily for his sefer Chofetz Chaim on Shmiras HaLashon, the laws of gossip, Lashon Hara. He wrote the Mishnah Berurah, which is the compendium of halachas of how a Jew lives his life from the time that he wakes up in the morning till he goes to sleep at night, with Shabbos and Yom Tov and Pesach and everything in between. He wrote many, many other works, and this, to note, is one of the last works that he produced. He was born in 1838, he died in 1933, and TZIPISA Yeshua was written in 1929. So that means at the end of an illustrious life, the Chofetz Chaim felt that he has to leave Klal Yisrael with one last message. And that message is, TZIPISA Yeshua, yearn for the redemption, yearn for Mashiach to come, when Klal Yisrael is going to be taken out of the exile of 2,000 years and brought to the ultimate geula, the ultimate redemption. Now the Chofetz Chaim is well known that he was a man that was living with the coming of Mashiach every single day. He had a suitcase, and in that suitcase was packed a beautiful brand new suit. And he said that is the suit that he's going to wear when Mashiach will come. And he kept it not far from his front door, so that when Mashiach would come down the streets of Radin, the Chofetz Chaim would quickly change and go into the streets to greet the Mashiach. He was a person who lived with Mashiach. He thought about Mashiach when he would hear noises in the middle of the night or loud noises during the day. He would say, he's here. Mashiach is here. He must be here. When he would see the difficulties and the struggles and the tribulations that the Jewish people were going through in all of his long, almost 100 years of life, he would look at it as signs that Mashiach is literally around the corner. So this man, whose whole life was dedicated to Torah and Kedusha and spreading the awareness of HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Amunah in this world, he made it one of his last missions to write the Sefer TZIPISA Yeshua. And it is our eternal hope and our prayers that as we go through the Sefer together, we will emerge and from here as people that are much greater in their Amunah and their belief that Mashiach is coming, that a salvation is around the corner, and that Be'ez Hashem, the Geula Shlema, the ultimate redemption is coming, B'mheira, B'yameinu, speedily in our days. I'm using the edition that was just printed recently by Art Scroll, that was translated by Rav Daniel Gladstein, one of the great speakers and Marbitze Torah, spreaders of Torah in the world today. So the translation follows very much how he writes, and he has footnotes here as well. Anyone that would like to follow along, recommended to get your own copy. It's very clear and very well done. Let's begin a little bit in the first chapter here. Behold, because of our many sins, Anurayim B'Kama Makayim, we see in Kama Makayim several places. Shiniz Maited Hadas Ma'id Ma'id, religion unfortunately is going down and down. Nebuch, says the Chofetz Chaim, it's not like it once was. The shtetl used to be very strong. Yidden was sitting and learning Torah. We kept ourselves separate from the nations of the world. We knew how precious it was to be a Jew. But Nebuch, now, says the Chofetz Chaim, I look around and I see religion is descending. It's falling down. Umenadkin abonim miyaldusan. And one of the main issues is that we are disconnecting the offspring from childhood, which means mitaras Hashem, with people were taking their children and they were disconnecting them from the Torah of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. What is the purpose of having children? The purpose of having children, like it says in the Sefer HaChinuch, is to fill the world with children and offspring that are going to go in the Darchei Hashem. They're going to learn His Torah. They're going to keep His mitzvahs. They're going to be Mekadesh Shem Shemayim, sanctify HaKadosh Baruch Hu's name in this world. Says the Chofetz Chaim, I look around and I see in many different places where the children are no longer learning Torah and connected the way that they once were. Like nothing that preceded us in previous years. Meaning it used to be everybody sent their kid to Cheder. Everybody made sure that their son was learning Torah. Everybody made sure that they understood how to daven out of a siddur, how to put on their tefillin at their bar mitzvah, how to learn Torah properly, how to engage themselves in mitzvahs. That's how it used to be. But unfortunately, says the Chofetz Chaim, tides are changing. The winds of the world are blowing in. And I see with my own eyes that children are no longer being encouraged and being placed in the schools where they are going to learn the Torah the best. That's the first couple of lines over here. In Yetz Hashem, we will continue tomorrow. All the best.